Hey everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Guess what I got? Guess what I got? Can you tell? Do you see anything here that might be new on my counter? I'm going to give you a hint. It's red. Yes. An Instant Pot. I've had requests for Instant Pot recipes. This is my first time cooking in an Instant Pot. I like this. This is a pretty design, Walmart special. It's the Pioneer Woman. You'll start seeing some of that at Walmart, different plates, bowls, all kinds of things. And Walmart actually had better bargains on the Instant Pot than Amazon. You almost have to compare. Some deals are better on Amazon, some are better on Walmart. And the great thing about Walmart is when I order it online, if I have a problem with it, I can return it to the local store. So this here is a 6-quart Instant Pot. They had 3 quarts. I think that's a little too small, unless it's maybe, like on this one, you would just cut the recipe in half if you have a 3-quart. But 6-quart, this was about $89, I think, on Walmart, which was a pretty good bargain because you can use it as a pressure cooker, a slow cooker, you can saute in it, all kinds of things. So if you don't have an Instant Pot, you might want to check it out because they're not too expensive. Now the problem is, where am I going to store it at? Because I have so many other things stored. So I think I'm going to have Doug build me on like just a storage area for all of my stuff. But I'm excited to use this. So bear with me as I'm learning to use it. Some of you out there are pros with this, you use them all the time. If you have some helpful insights, please comment because I do appreciate your comments because I am learning all the time, and when you share things that you have used over the years that work for you, it helps all of us out. So let's get started. Today, the Instant Pot Lasagna. Now some recipes I looked up, you had to have a Springform Pan. I have, I think, a 9-inch Springform Pan, but this one would have called for like a 7-inch. But I thought, well, I'm going to look up a recipe that doesn't require the pan. Probably the pan would have just made it nicer to get it out of the pot. I'm okay with scooping it out. It's okay, doesn't matter. So for today's recipe, you're going to need a pressure cooker, Instant Pot, whatever you want to call it, right here. You don't need to get the floury one if you're a guy and you're cooking, but hey, if you do, I don't hold that against you. 1 pound of lean, she has turkey. 1 pound of lean ground turkey. Well, you know what, for my first time out, I always make lasagna with beef, ground beef. I'm not going to test it for the first time with ground turkey. I just don't like change. I don't. I'm okay. I just don't. So I'm going to stick with ground beef, what I know. She said you could also, let me see, on the back here she has other suggestions. You could use ground turkey, beef, or chicken. She said all of them work. Or listen to this, if you're a vegetarian, which there's vegetarians out there, you can use tofu or cooked white beans instead of the meat. Something to keep in mind for you vegetarians, you healthier people than we are. Next, you'll need 11 ounces of lasagna noodles, which is equivalent to 12 sheets. I have 12 sheets. It doesn't matter if you use oven ready or regular, apparently to her. But to play it safe, I'm going to use the oven ready, just in case. Next, you're going to need either 3 cups of kale or spinach chopped. I'm not a fan of kale. I'm not a fan of spinach. I like it in small little bits, maybe sprinkled on top of something, but I am not going to use that. So that is totally up to you. You're going to need 2 cups of water. I already measured out 2 cups of water. 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. I do not have a tablespoon of avocado oil, so I'm going to use olive oil, and it's a light tasting oil. At least it says that on the bottle. 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I'm out of Italian seasoning, so I'm going to mix a little bit of oregano and rosemary together and use that. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of salt, and if you don't want to add the salt, you don't have to, because the sauce has salt in it, unless you get a low sodium based sauce. I never do that, so not unless it's the last thing left in the store. But I am using Hunt's tomato sauce. And for that, you are going to need 2 14-ounce cans. And I have 1 29-ounce can. So I'm an ounce over. It's okay. I wasn't going to pay for 2 when I could get a better deal on 1 with the same amount of sauce. So I am using Hunt's. Another good sauce that I love to use is Prego. But Prego, I like spaghetti sauce. They're Italian blend spaghetti sauce. But today I'm going to use Hunt's. So you use your favorite tomato sauce. We are going to need 4 ounces, which is equivalent to 1 cup of mozzarella or shredded cheddar. To me, mozzarella belongs on a lasagna. Cheddar belongs on like a taco lasagna. But you pick whatever cheese you like. But I have shredded 1 cup, and if I don't think that's enough, I might shred a little bit more. This was an 8-ounce chunk, block, whatever you want to call it. So I cut it in half, put it in my little shredder, my handy dandy shredder, and voila, I have 4 ounces of mozzarella cheese. Parmesan cheese, this is optional. I do like Parmesan cheese on my lasagna, but I could sprinkle that on top. We'll see. And parsley for garnish. Oh, also a little bit of black pepper. You can sprinkle that on if you want for taste. Those are the ingredients we're going to need. I forgot. These are things that I would normally put in the lasagna, which she does not have here. She does not have ricotta cheese in her recipe. And normally, I do. As I was reading the recipe, I thought, heck, where's the ricotta cheese? Where's the egg? What's this lady doing? Well, isn't that something? On the back page, she has here ricotta or cottage cheese plus egg optional. She says she doesn't use it, but many readers ask, mix both and layer on top of meat. So I'm going to slide that in. You decide. I always use ricotta. I don't use cottage, but you decide if you want to add some cottage cheese. And normally when I've made lasagna in the past, I have used a 15-ounce ricotta cheese and 1 egg. So that's up to you guys what you want to do there. I'm going to get a little bowl together and mix my ricotta cheese and my egg. And I'll just use as much as I think I need in this little pot. I may not use it all, but you know, on a regular lasagna that I do in a 9x13, I use about 12 noodles. So might take the same amount, may not. Okay, let's see now. On Instant Pot, press Sauté and wait until the display says hot. That's going to take about 3 to 5 minutes. So here I am, my first time. I did do a test run with water. It told you to do that in the instruction manual. So I did do that earlier today. So let's see, she says press Sauté. Okay. And wait until display says hot. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes. That's when we're gonna, it says normal, Sauté, on, it's on. It's not saying hot, it's on. So let's just see here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get our ground beef ready. I have a little over a pound here. I'm just gonna use it all. I had to thaw it quickly. I forgot to thaw it out. So I put it in the fridge for a few hours and I thought, well, no, I want to make my recipe pretty soon. So what I did was I just put this in a gallon-size baggie, sealed it shut, put it in a big bowl of cold water, and voila, it's thawed. Do you know when you have to wait for something for 3 to 5 minutes, did you ever notice that it seems to take a long time? I want it to be done like now, but it's not going to be. So I'm going to have to learn to be patient. Oh, that's a very hard trait to learn, but I find that sometimes the older I'm getting, that I can become more impatient than I was when I was younger. I'm not sure why that is, but I really got to work on that. So you guys can help me out with that. All right. We're also going to make some garlic toast in the air fryer here in a little bit. So I'll do that soon. Don't want to do that till last because you want the toast to be really good, warm and crispy when it comes out of the air fryer. You don't want it to sit for a while. So we're just gonna make what Doug and I are gonna eat today. Not gonna make any more than that. I'd turn on some music, but then YouTube and Facebook will not play it. You know, sometimes it'd be nice to listen to some relaxing music while you're cooking. You guys can do that. But I have to watch for copyright infringement when these videos air on YouTube and Facebook. For all you YouTube fans out there, my main audience is on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, look me up. It's just under Dee's Delights. And you can hang out with me on Facebook. Now, on Facebook, the recipes don't come out as quickly. I space them out about every 5 days. So I have recipes lined up clear into May. But on YouTube, you guys get to see them a lot quicker. So I already have about 100 videos on my YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe if you would like notifications. So, oh, it says hot, look. Hot, let's go now. What to do? I'm going to put a tablespoon of olive oil, or if you want to use the avocado oil, great. Okay, let's put that here. I don't want to drop my new lid. And if you guys out there have any recipe suggestions that you would like, ooh, that is hot, that you would like me to do, just put it in the comments section. Be more than happy to try them out. May not be good from me doing it, but I wouldn't mind trying them. Okay. Start breaking into pieces with spatula. Well, I already have it broken into pieces, so. So right now we are sauteing. This is a multifunctional machine, folks. All for 89 bucks. Walmart online. I don't know if they have them at the local store or not. I'm not going to use quite all this. I have one little chunk that didn't defrost. I'll just let that go because I had over a pound anyway. I think this is going to be good. I'm excited. Did you know that I can make money on this if I get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views a month? Wouldn't that be kind of neat? I wonder how much money we can make. Yep, I'm going to use my, what was it called? A spurtle? I can't remember what these things are called. Mad Hungry Spurtles. Alright, let me see now. Add Italian seasoning, garlic seasoning, salt. Keep cooking until brown. Okay, so we're going to add our seasonings now. We need 1 tablespoon of the Italian seasoning. So I'm going to use half a tablespoon of oregano and half a tablespoon of rosemary. Let's see what else. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon salt. I'm going to cut that in half. Ooh, that smells good. Pepper to taste. So for pepper, let's just use 1/4 teaspoon. I guess we just leave the oil in there because it doesn't say to drain it or anything. We are going to be adding water, so maybe it absorbs into the noodles. We'll see. I'm going to do it just like she says, except for the places where I added and deleted ingredients. Press cancel. We've canceled it. Remove half the ground turkey, beef, whatever you're using, into a bowl. I'm going to remove half of that. Okay, that looks like about half. It says add water and break 4 noodles in half and lay on top. Okay, let's spread I'm going to spread the hamburger out across the bottom of the base. I'm going to add that in. Going to break our noodles in half. Now mine's not going to be perfect. Okay. Get it from the center. That's it. Do it from the center. Put your fingers here, not on the ends. Pretty good. They're not in a, I just put them all in there. They're all over the place. Okay. Add half of kale and break 4 noodles and lay on top. Well, I don't have kale. I'm just going to put my ricotta cheese on top of this noodle stuff here. We're just going to spread it around a little bit. Add half of kale and break 4. Okay, we're going to go ahead and break 4 more noodles. All right, so we've done that. Add the turkey from the bowl. Oh, that's a little bit hot. Which is beef. I'm using beef. I'm going to put some more of my cheese on top of this row. And then that's all I'm going to use. At this time, we are supposed to use 1 14-ounce can, so I'm going to use half of this because this is a 29-ounce. Okay, that's about half. This is interesting. Let's see what the next step is. Break 4 noodles in half and lay on top. I'm just going to use my crappy noodles here too, because there doesn't seem to be any organization in here. So the noodles are just going to be in there, all over the place, little pieces, little chunks. Okay, it's there. Then pour remaining 14 ounces of sauce. Just like we're going to have a big old pile of slop in here, and it's all going to cook together. We're not going to put our mozzarella or Parmesan cheese on yet. We're going to pressure cook on high for 7 minutes. Let's put our lid back on. Okay, we have it on close. In my booklet, now she doesn't have it here, but when I am going to pressure cook, I am to turn the release handle to sealing position back here. So I am going to, over here's vent, I'm going to turn it to sealing. It's already set. Pressure cook on high pressure for 7 minutes. Let's see what happens. There it goes. It's on now. 7 minutes. Takes a little bit of time. Well, the lasagna is cooking. We're going to go ahead and start our air fryer garlic bread. She has here used 4 slices, which is 2 ounces of any crusty bread. She has recommendations like ciabatta or French bread. And actually, I had to look up how to pronounce ciabatta because it's spelled C-I-A-B-A-T-T-A, which to me would be like ciabatta. But apparently it's a CH sound, ciabatta. Why don't they spell it C-H-A-B-A-T-T-A? That's beyond me. I could not find that when I went to the store, so I just got some Italian bread. I'm going to use 4 slices, and what I'm going to end up doing is cutting them in half to fit them nice into the air fryer. Let's see. She says, then slice the bread into 4 equal parts. Well, these are small, skinny slices, so I'm just going to slice them into 2. These are little baby pieces of bread. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Okay, what we're going to need is 4 tablespoons of softened butter. I had these setting out since last night, so it's pretty soft. We are going to add 4 teaspoons of chopped garlic. I do not have 4 teaspoons of chopped garlic, so I'm going to cut that in half and use 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Okay, so it's not quite as powerful. And you can do a little salt and pepper to taste. You know what? I don't think I need salt and pepper to taste. I think the garlic will be plenty. So we're going to mix that together and mush it all there. Now I won't be using all this butter. I'm just getting all the garlic mixed in good. You know what? I think I'm going to have to use my fingers again. All right. I got lots of butter left. Okay, on the bread, she is saying to add a couple of tablespoons of water to the bottom of the air fryer. So I'm going to take the grate out. I'm going to put a couple tablespoons. Okay, I have my couple of tablespoons of water in there. I'm gonna make sure it's dry. I don't want my bread getting soggy. See how that works. Let's see here. What we're doing that for is to prevent the air fryer from smoking. Place the bread in basket and close it. Of course, we're going to close it. Set the timer to 6 minutes. Check halfway through to see if bread is starting to brown. And at halfway through is when you want to add any cheeses. If we want to add a little mozzarella on our bread, we could. And then, let's see, check halfway through, starting to brown. At this point, if you want to add any cheese, now it is time to do that. Close the air fryer basket again and continue cooking for another 3 minutes. So, at 3-minute mark, you're going to be checking it, add your cheeses. So let's go ahead, we're going to put this in. I'm not really going to add any cheese. I might. I'm only going to put 4 little pieces in here for the first time around, because they're not all going to fit. Try it. Okay, so the air fryer is on 350 for 6 minutes. I'll check it at about 3. I don't know. Do I want to add cheese? We'll see. Yes, I see you there. I see you're done. Pressure cook on high for 7 minutes. Let pressure come down naturally for 10 minutes and then turn the valve to venting. Okay, so we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. So we're going to let the pressure come down naturally. Then I'm going to open that valve. And you got to be very careful with that valve because that steam will just come up. And I learned that earlier today as I was doing my test run with water. So for right now, let's check our bread. See, there again, I'm making my bread too soon. See if I want to put a cheese on it. It's getting a little bit brown. It's looking good. I'm not going to put cheese on it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm being mature. My little pieces seem to be crispy enough in 5 minutes. I'm going to try this. The minced garlic was all the flavor I needed in the butter. I mean, of course, I think it's fine. I didn't think it would have needed any salt or pepper, but everybody likes different things. I didn't know this had a timer, so right now I have about 3 more minutes. It's showing that it's been sitting there for 7 minutes. I really like this machine so far. I'll let you know if I really like it once the food is cooked. But a lot of people claim that this is wonderful, so I'm going to trust in ya. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Now watch out. I'm going to turn this over. So I don't want to be on top right here where the vent is. See? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to let that vent. I'm going to wait till that's done before I open the lid. Because there's steam coming out of there. Some of you are probably laughing at me out there because you guys have been doing this for how long? Okay, I think that's about it. Might be safe. It's still warm, but I think it's safe to open. Yes, it does look soupy, casserole. So we're going to put cheese on there. We're going to let it absorb. I put about a couple of tablespoons of Parmesan. We'll put that in there. And we'll put a little bit of parsley for garnish. All right. I'm going to put the lid back on. Okay, so we don't have it cooking now. I'm just going to let it sit for about 5 minutes and see what it looks like. Well, the second batch of bread only took about 4 minutes because the oven had already been preheated. So that made it go faster. So you're going to have to check your bread. Depending on the size of it, the width of it, the length of it. All right. Going to tidy up just a little bit. Let that set for a couple more minutes. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy When skies are gray, you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So don't take my sunshine away. We're gonna let it firm up. It just looks like a lump. Let's see. You know what? It's not pretty, but it's good. Put your bread in there. Put a little burger on top. Yeah, the longer it sits here, the thicker it's going to get. It's thickening up right now. Well, I'm going to show them a bowl here. I'm going to show mine. I put a little too much cheese on it, but I'm going to take some out to Mom and Dad. Yeah, I would serve it in a bowl. That's the cheese, Doug. Doug's getting cheese out of his beard.
Off camera.
Off camera. Thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights, and I'm glad you got to join me for my first time using an Instant Pot. And I would say it turned out pretty good. Pretty good. Looks good from in the pot, doesn't it, Doug?
Looks good.
So thanks for joining us and have a great week, everyone.